the game more clearly with extra view lenses from Norval Opticians, with £50 off our exclusive freeform frames.
Now Frank, last time we saw you, you were sort of midway through the bike ride, on your way to Edinburgh to support Gloucester in the European Challenge Cup final. How did the remainder of the ride go for you?
In actual fact, I'd just done one day from Cardiff back to Gloucester. The rest of the ride went very well. The first few days in particular, the sun shone, I was fresh, and it was brilliant. I then did about 3 days hard climbing, and that slowed me down a bit. I knew I'd done that. I needed a few days on the flat. I had an easy day in Edinburgh, getting to Edinburgh, to give me time to get to the hotel and back to the match, which was, I'm glad I went, but it was an obvious disappointment.
Now, were there any points on that ride where you stopped and you thought to yourself, oh, why am I doing this?
I don't think there were, actually. As I said, after the 3 days riding, I thought this is going to be harder than I expected. But I carried on, persevered, and things got a little bit easier. I did think it would get easier as I went along because I'd get fitter, but the last few days were also hard. I'm pretty glad I got to the end.
You were proudly wearing the cherry and white colours, as we can see, as you were making your way up to Scotland and back again. Did you get much encouragement from fans along the way?
Not so much along the way, but certainly in Edinburgh. I was stopped. I was just by the Scots Monument, and somebody shouted, "Hey, are you Frank? We've been following you on Twitter. We were in France last week, and we picked up, and it was just smashing to meet those people." I stopped at some traffic lights, started talking to somebody. They were from Twickenham. They offered me a shower when I got down to Twickenham. They said, "Come to our house," and they gave me some money for the charity I've been working for, which is obviously Rugby for Heroes. And meeting people like that was just brilliant. That helped to make the whole tour worthwhile.
Now, you mentioned the charity. How has the fundraising gone, and how can people contribute still?
I think things have jumped up in the last few days. There's obviously people had doubts about whether I could complete the course, and if I'm honest, I was probably one of them. But since I've finished, it's jumped up. I'm up to about £1,200 now, which is room for improvement there. It only works out about £1 a mile. So if people would like to donate to Rugby for Heroes, they can get onto the Rugby Heroes site or onto my blog, which hopefully you can give them the link to that, and there's a donations page on there. I'm very grateful for everybody who's donated, really am.
That was a fantastic achievement. Have you got anything else in the pipeline? Would you do it again?
I enjoyed every minute of it, even riding in the rain. But I wouldn't do that particular ride again because it's done now. I'm happy that I've done it, and as I say, thoroughly enjoyed it. Who knows? There might be something in the future, but probably not as long. I was glad to get back home. I felt a bit guilty being away from home for the best part of 3 weeks.
Frank, congratulations. It's a great achievement.
Thank you very much indeed.